What's your name and how old you are?
Yeah, it's Michael Sean Lancashire, and I am 41 years old.
And a bit about life growing up.
I come from a working class family. My mum Irish, been brought up Catholic. I had a very, very good childhood, yeah.
Good.
I had a very, very good childhood. And if my dad worked very hard for what he got for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
you saw good stuff growing up.
good stuff growing, yeah, good. Don't get me wrong, we got disciplined when we needed to be, but it wasn't an abusive thing. It was just a normal, just a normal family in '80s.
Yeah.
You know, I come from a working class family, and I don't like comfortable family.
Yeah. Like a nice upbringing.
Yeah.
What about school and stuff? Did you enjoy
I went to all Catholic schools. Stuck for it all. When I left school at 16, I went into air conditioning. I did that for a few years.
That's good. It's always good to have a trade.
Yeah, I did Winter Gardens in Blackpool, you know, I did ballroom and all that.
Yeah.
I did all air conditioning there. I've been all over the country. And then I started that when I was 16. And I didn't really experience the nightclubs and all that. And then I started going to them. I started getting into trouble because I had a lot of money, because I had a good bit of money. And I started getting into trouble and fighting. And then I went to prison, and that's where I started drugs. I first started drugs in prison, yeah.
So you never touched them before?
Never touched drugs. I didn't even smoke a cigarette until I was 21.
And what drugs did you start on in prison?
In heroin.
Straight onto heroin?
I didn't know what I was smoking, and they were putting it into roll-ups, and I didn't know what it was. And before I knew it, I was feeling really poorly and couldn't understand what was wrong with it, and he told me what it was I'd been smoking, yeah.
And then I guess you end up buying...
Well, basically, when I got out, yeah, I tried it, and then, but you know what, it was a bit too late.
So what age was that you started? 21?
I started smoking heroin like 19, 20, but it didn't really get a grip of me till I was 21.
And what effect did it have on your life?
I lost everything. My job, you name it, I lost it. My partner had her own hairdresser, she had everything. I had blood on my feet, and I was fucked up. With that devil jug. But God bless Elizabeth, since I've been back with her for 3 years, yeah, she's got me off of that stuff.
How did you get off it?
Well, basically she said, Michael, look, it's time to stop it now. So you know what, I was looking for it, I was in a dead-end relationship, and I felt sorry for her. I was with her for 18 years, but we had breaks. But when I felt responsible for her. When I tried to sleep, she just cut her arms and blackmailed me into staying with her and stuff like that. It was complicated. You know, and then I met back up with Elizabeth. I already had a daughter with her, and we'd not seen each other for that long. And then, she ended up falling pregnant again, but she didn't tell me she was at court because she didn't like to tell me. And then she was getting 26 months. She had his little daughter, Elizabeth, in jail. And and I've not looked back at heroin since.
That's amazing. You've done really well with that.
And also, her brother, I can't blame nobody because I'm my own person, but her brother introduced me to that spice last year. And you know what? Worst thing ever. Never ever again. I lost my relationship with my missus and everything. I took her for granted, and no way. No fucking way.
Would you say spice is the worst?
Spice is the worst, yes, I will say spice is the worst, yeah.
Wow.
Most definitely.
Just in the fact...
You lose everything.
You
lose all your morals, you lose your self-confidence, you don't give a do you mind to swear?
No.
You don't give a shit who you shit on or anything. As long as you've just got enough for your spice, yeah. Everything goes out with your hygiene, everything.
Yeah. So how long were you on the spice for?
Well, I got out in February, March. I got February, March, about 3 months, but it got a real bad grip of me.
And how
And
how did you manage to stop?
I was in prison, and I were in with her brother in the same cell, yeah, and he were on it, yeah. And Elizabeth actually left me because of it, because I got big from my book saying, oh, she won't leave me, this and that. So she showed me, she thought, fuck you, I'll teach you a lesson, yeah. She left me, and I was withdrawing from the spice, right? And it was in my cell, and my brother tried enticing me into it. I said, come on, smoke it. I'm like, no. I'm like, well, she's left you. I'm like, well, do you know what? I know it's temporary, this is why she's left because of this, yeah. I said, this is why I've lost my relationship with your sister, yeah. I'm not smoking it no more.
No.
And then I've not touched it since.
That's amazing.
Of course, he means more to me than that.
Than the drug.
Yeah.
Do you have any relationship with your children?
No.
Would you like to build?
I would, yeah, I would. But we don't know where she is, to be honest.
No.
They took her from when she was in prison. It's a sore subject for her, to be honest.
You can imagine. It must be really hard. Where would you like to see your life in 5 years' time?
Me in 5 years' time?
Yeah. Where would you like
To be honest, you know where I'd like to be? I'd like to have a nice house, yeah? And me and Elizabeth sorted, just being able to do normal things. Like go shopping, me go back to work, look after my wife and my family.
Yeah. You'd like to be off?
Yeah, I'd like to go back to work because I've had some good jobs and that, and I've got some good qualifications, you know, stuff like that. I've been a bin man and everything. I've worked for the City Council. I've done all sorts. That's all I want to get back to, is that.
Do you feel like you'd have to be completely off the drugs to get that back?
Yeah, well, I think I'm doing drugs, yeah, just to fill a void in my life.
Yeah. Like a purpose.
Yeah.
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 And you need that purpose of sort of work to replace.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I'm not on drugs, I do work.
Yeah.
And you know what, you won't get a better lad than me from work. I'm loyal, I'm on time, I don't fuck about, I do my job and get on with it and do it.
Yeah.
That's all I want, is just someone to give me a chance. I could get loads of chances, but it's all my family, and I don't want to get a job off them yet, because it's like, I'm entitled to it. I want to go and earn it myself. I don't want it given to me because it's an entitlement.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
You want to feel like you've earned it
Yeah, like
yourself.
I've earned it. I want to get my car licence back and that.
That gives you a lot more freedom than
Yeah,
if you
it does,
drive,
yeah. My dad always says to me, there's one thing you should never fuck up in your life, is your fucking driving licence. And what did I do? Bought a silly go-kart, didn't I? Petrol go-kart, and we're flying up and down the street while I got banned. I took shares like police car in it, and I got banned. And just been since then.
Have you got any advice for people watching this?
What, like? Just think. Just think. Because, you know, it's the first time you do it, yeah. Bad mistake.
Do you regret the first?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I totally regret it. I totally regret it. Because I've lost my relationships with my children, everything. You know,
Yeah.
but it's hard, very hard.
No, that is. Have you got any?
No.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Well, all right,
Thank you.
fair.
Thank you very much for watching Michael's story. We're now going to talk a little bit about it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed it. Thank you. So Michael, so he starts by telling us that he had a good childhood. His dad worked hard, so he saw that growing up.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes like what you see, you can become. So obviously he saw his dad working hard. He went to Catholic school, got his qualifications in air conditioning. And then, so he started working at 16. And I think it's such a difficult... It's difficult, isn't it? Because obviously if you start working at 16, that is great.
Yeah, but
But then you miss that time when a lot of your friends, if they're at uni or college, they're going out, and you miss that. So it's difficult, isn't it? Because I can fully understand. Because if you go to college or uni or whatever, you almost get that out of your system, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you haven't got like it's that one time where you've not got responsibilities, you've got nothing to worry about.
freedom.
Yeah, and you've got freedom for the first time. You can just go out and have fun.
Yeah.
Because he said he'd never even smoked a cigarette, nothing. And then he started going out when he was 19. And I guess in a way, like, he's 19, so he's not that much older than when you usually start going out, but he's got money behind him.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous cocktail in a way, because I know, like, when I first started going out, like, you take what, 15, 20 quid out, and then when your money's done,
That's
what you
how
can do.
much you used to take out.
Yeah. Why?
No, just
No, you think that's too much or not much? It was cheaper in them days. And you were young, so it didn't take as much to get drunk. And I used to be a fool and always walk home. Like, I honestly, you know, when you think back and I'm like, how am I still, like, alive? How did nothing ever happen to me? So he had never taken any drugs until he ended up in prison
Oh, yeah.
at 19. And then he got his cigarette spiked with heroin, which we've heard a few
And
people
this is the
say
third,
this.
third person saying it.
Yeah. What's the point in that? Like, as in, why would you spike? Because are they then going to end up addicted and buying off you? Is that why you would do it?
I think the reason someone would do it, so
Because to me, like, it seems absolutely pointless.
Oh,
why
you
would
might-
you do that to
you
someone
might
else?
see it pointless, but if it was an addict
Mm-hmm.
and you're my friend, so I want you hooked to the drugs, so you can start buying, so we can both smoke.
Both smoke together.
Yeah.
And then once he got out of prison, that addiction escalated, and he literally said that he lost everything.
Everything.
His job, his partner. Because heroin's deadly.
It's, but it's no more deadly than spice.
When he talks about that later on, it's just... It blows your mind, doesn't it, that it used to be.
It used to be legal.
Mhm. But then if you
Illegal
think
high.
about it, doctors used to endorse cigarettes. Like, I'm talking like years and years and years ago, but they did. Like, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, the stuff that can first be legal and then the government are like, hang on a minute, I might have made a mistake here.
So what happened with everyone's addicted to it now, to the spice?
Exactly.
Because the government needs to take responsibility.
So he's been off heroin now for 3 years
Yeah.
due to his partner, which is really good. And he's done that, like, without methadone, anything like that. Which I think is amazing. Like, although what you just said, like, that people obviously, I guess obviously being on methadone is better than heroin,
Yeah.
but I still think it's not, because you've then got the methadone to come off, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like, in a way, I get what he's done is harder, but I think it's better. Because you then, if you've got the willpower to do it,
I
you then
think,
have everything at
but
once.
heroin is deadly. You can't die off methadone.
Yeah. But just stopping heroin's not deadly.
Well, it depends. How you can't just stop. You can't just stop it like that.
Well, he did.
Cold turkey.
Mm.
Well, some
Like, I'm
people
not
are
saying
strong.
it's pleasant.
Yeah. Some people are strong, but most people
Couldn't handle the...
could not handle that.
No. And then another little bit that I wanted to talk about, because I think stuff like this often goes ignored or joked about, is the sort of mental abuse he received from his ex-partner. As in, every time he tried to leave, she would, like, self-harm and make him stay.
Yeah.
And I know some people watching this would be like, well, it's not like making him stay, is it? Like, he still has a choice. But mentally, it is making him.
Yeah.
It's mental abuse, and I think people are quick to joke about, like, domestic violence happening to men.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for knowledge of that.
Well, why wouldn't I? Seriously. But I think people are quick to joke about it.
Yeah.
And, like, I think it always in my mind makes me think of that Jeremy Kyle clip. Do you know the one I'm on about?
Yeah.
Where he has to jump off the balcony and the audience is laughing at him, and Jeremy Kyle, like, I've always liked Jeremy Kyle. It's like, hang on a minute, you guys wouldn't be laughing if this was the other way around.
True.
Like, why is it funny? And it's true, it's not funny. And I think for him to feel, like, forced to stay is unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
And I don't know, from a woman's point of view, why would you even want to do that? Like, why would you want someone with you, literally, you know they're with you because you're forcing them to be?
Yeah.
You're not giving them a choice. They don't
Maybe
want
she
to be
didn't
with
want to
you.
break the family apart.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then Elizabeth's brother. So Elizabeth did really well in getting him off the heroin, but then her brother introduced him to spice. And he literally says, like, that's the worst drug ever.
The worst drugs.
Ever.
And I believe him.
Oh, I fully believe him.
I believe him.
Because a few people have said that now, that spice is literally the worst one.
And the government made it was legal.
It's mad, isn't it? So you used to literally be able to go to like
You used to be able to go to the shop,
the corner shop where you get cigarettes from and buy
Yeah.
spice.
buy spice, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then by that point, by the time you then make it illegal, it's too late.
It's too late. Millions of people are addicted to it.
Mm-hmm. So I think the part that's sad for me is that he just wants a normal life, or what he would class as normal, a house, a job. Like he just wants a settled life for him and Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Because at the moment he's got no relationship with his kids, and he just wants
And he's
to
on,
build everything back up.
and he's on probation as well.
Which makes life more difficult.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what he's saying, is in like he could just get his family to give him a job,
But he doesn't.
but he wants it. I appreciate that he wants it on his own merit. He wants to achieve that himself.
I appreciate that, but at the same time, if I was that desperate, that's what family's there for.
But I always say this to you: not every family is like your family.
Yeah, but if the family's there willing to give you the help,
But you don't know his family. Are they going to give him the help and then throw it back in his face later, or
in that situation,
you take the risk?
I'll take the risk. I'll take the risk, yeah. You sometimes got to ask for help.
And I think he is getting to that stage where he does not necessarily want the job off his family, but he is ready to ask for help of people.
Yeah.
Like he wants to get off the drugs. He wants to settle down.
Yeah,
He wants that, like, quote, normal life.
normal life.
And I really
hope you get the job.
hope he manages it. I think if he could get a job, I think the rest would sort of not fall into place, but become a little bit more manageable.
Personally, I think you should move out of the area.
And sometimes a fresh start is,
Yeah.
because you're not around those people that always put you in the same situations.
Yeah.
And because it can be hard to stay away from people, even if you know they're a bad influence. It can be hard.
Yeah.
If you move away and you literally don't have that choice, but then he's also moving away from his family, isn't he?
Yeah. Maybe
Maybe
it's
it's,
the
yeah,
best.
maybe it's needed.
Yeah.
But hopefully he will get there.
Hopefully.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next week. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed it. Thank you.